What's up, everyone? Welcome to the channel. Today I am going to review Gen V Season 2, Episode 6. This video will have spoilers in it. And yeah. For me, I enjoyed this episode, don't get me wrong. And there's some bombshells in this episode that the writers decided to drop. But in my opinion, it's the weakest episode of season 2 so far. Um, the pace doesn't really start to pick up until it starts really strong, and then there's the middle part, and then the ending picks back up again. So the pacing is kind of off this episode. I think that's why, in my opinion, it's the weakest episode. But there is still a lot that happens in this episode. So Stan Edgar comes back, Giancarlo Esposito's character, and he basically gives Marie and team the Scooby Gang in this show a a explainer about who Cypher is, and they basically find out what we've known since the beginning of the show, since we saw um, Cypher's I mean Thomas Thomas Godolkin's body, right? And he basically said, I remember they basically tell Stan Edgar, they're like um um who he Cypher has an old man in his house and stuff like that, and he's like, what, an old man? And he tells team Marie, that's what I'm gonna call them, Team Marie, about the um, story about how Cypher and Thomas Godolkin and stuff like that. And then he's like, no, he has Thomas Godolkin. We can use him. We can get into his head and learn how to control Homelander and stuff like that. So, yeah, and Cypher still has control over Marie's head. Right. Like, they haven't revealed Cypher's powers yet, or Thomas Godolkin's powers yet. Because I think, and this is a going around theory, that I think Cypher is being controlled, like mind controlled, by Thomas Godolkin. Because he's still conscious, even though he can't really do much on his own because he's burnt, like a burnt chicken nugget. Um, he's still conscious. I don't know how he's still conscious, but he is still conscious. So yeah, for me, for me, like the end, and I'm glad that we got the Giancarlo Esposito Stan Edgar cameo. But I was not expecting him to show up here. I was expecting him to show up in The Boys season 5, but I'm glad he showed up here and stuff like that. And yeah, like for me, like, and we got a lot of we found out that Marie's sister Annabeth is a soup, right? Which she does. Annabeth doesn't like being a soup. So basically, what her powers are is she can see premonitions, but she doesn't know if they're true or not, right? And polarity basically outs himself because him and Cypher are having a conversation, and Cypher brings up his plan. He wants to um, only have the strong, powered people go to God you and cut out the weak and stuff like that. And Cypher goes, like your son. So Polarity, who has the same powers as Magneto, basically pushes him out of the house hard. But I still think Cypher's alive, man. Right? They don't show a body, but he's definitely still alive. And yeah, for me, like my one complaint with this episode was the pacing. But other than that, like they did sort of drop some pretty big reveals in this episode. So yeah, for me, I would give this episode like a 6 out of 10. And yeah, have you guys, if you guys have watched Gen V season 2 episode 6, please leave your thoughts in the comments below. Thank you so much for all your support, and I hope you have a great